Okay.
Yeah, it's.
There we go.
It's kind of like it's the soft press.
So hopefully people can now hear us. I will kind of wait until someone says they can hear us. Hopefully someone could message me and say that. That would be nice. Also, there's like a 15-second delay. However, in the meantime, we are very comfy. Are we very comfy?
We're very comfy.
Comfy? Ready for the joys of ComfyCon? No messages thus far. Oh, Eleanor. They, them is typing. Chat's disabled if it's not meant to be. No, we chat's permanently disabled because we like everyone to be able to
I don't want to deal with adminning another chat.
Yeah, that.
I'll be honest.
So last time we did this, Slack was the single place where you could chat. This time it's Discord. So I guess welcome everyone if you can hear me. I hope you can. Yes, 100. Okay. Welcome everyone to what is a completely unplanned founders Q&A session for ComfyCon Australia 2020, 2021, whichever year. Summer 2020. So we're gonna. So for those who don't know, we've decided in our stupidity / eagerness that we're going to run this again in. Yes, honey. November 28th, 29th. So that's about 5-6 months away. And we thought it would be a good idea to have a nice little session where people could ask questions and they could get to know us / ask questions about the conference. So if you have any questions, please write them to us on Twitter to @ComfyCon AU. If you or use the Discord channel Cybers Events, because that's the ones we're going to choose. Hello, Yoda. You going to come on and say hello?
I'm not sure.
We have a number of guests today as well. So Yoda and Lulu are here. So
should we start with some of the questions that were already asked on Twitter?
Well, do you want to do questions, or do you want to just talk about what we're going to do next time?
Are there any questions that relate to what we're doing next time?
No, not thus far that I can see.
All right. Well, do you want to give you a little what we're doing next time intro?
Sure. I will talk randomly about what we're going to do next time. So 2020 summer edition. Doggo. Can we have a doggo stream?
Can you not see it?
Can you see the doggo? Here is one doggo who doesn't quite like me because I have a beard.
The only one that feels that way sometimes.
Or are you saying 2020? So
there is a doggo stream on 2021 as well.
Yes. So there will be a Papa stream set up for the conference live during ComfyCon, which will be keeping an eye on one of our new mascots. These two are already some of our mascots, but there will be another one to be announced later.
There is not a limited number of mascots.
No, every pupper is a mascot.
We do also accept cat mascots.
Cat mascots. Do we?
Yeah. Yes, we do not.
I think we had a chicken last time as well, didn't we? Somebody sent in photos of their chickens.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, here's a doggo.
Here is a doggo.
You're gonna lay down. Okay.
Hello, Lulu.
Okay. Is it allowed? Okay, come here. Oh, there we go.
Hello. So
and the chaos begins.
ComfyCon, I'll just tell you then, Lulu. ComfyCon Summer Edition is going to be exactly the same as last time. It's going to be the same time frames, so from 12 p.m. AEST through to 8 p.m. AEST. On the 28th and 29th.
AEDT by then?
Oh, AEDT. Yeah, sorry, my apologies.
Daylight time.
Yes, and we're doing Saturday and Sunday because the Friday is not a public holiday. The conference will be the same as last time. We will have speakers from all over Australia and New Zealand. She looks like she wants to jump out of your lap.
I don't know where she's going to jump on you in a minute.
They will. So many distractions.
Do you want me to remove them?
No, it's fine.
Call for Papers is open.
Call for Papers is open.
Yes.
10, 20, 30-minute talks. We're also accepting, we're going to do a separate workshop stream this year, which is the 30, 60, 90 or 120-minute long workshops. We'll also do registration for those to keep them relatively small so that workshop people can actually interact directly with the speaker, the attendees.
So should we give some examples of what those workshops could be?
Yes. So examples that people have been talking about previously is things like how to begin programming in Rust, or how to begin working with encryption, which I think there's some people who've been asking for. The workshops could be like George's talk last year on the Pi, the Raspberry Pi. What was it? The Punagotchi. How do you make a Punagotchi? Basically, we're pretty much open to any sort of talk. Again, in relation to the
Yeah, I think this is too tricky.
Okay, it's fine now. It's fixed.
It's fixed.
It's fixed.
Mike is muted. Yes, the doggos. We were having fun.
Too many doggos.
Too many doggos.
Which bit did you miss?
I can't remember what I said.
Call for papers.
Call for
workshops.
papers, workshops, cyber or cyber adjacent. So we're really keen to have talks that are on things like mental health and recruitment and all those kind of things, like same as last time. We've already got about 5 to 10 papers so far, which is really good, but also we're keen to have the workshops on those things as well. So beginner's guide to X, intermediate's guide to Y, it will probably be groups of, 20 up to 20 to 30 people working with a single speaker over a period of time. And then they'll work on that. The other thing we're going to have this year, and they're going to hate me for mentioning their names, so Benzies and Civilized will also be working on managing a CTF. So the idea is that ComfyCon will have a capture the flag competition. The way it will be arranged is we want to make sure that people don't spend all night working on the capture the flag, because obviously one of the things we encourage is everyone to go off and do their own thing and get away from the computer. We're still working out how we're going to do that, but the idea is we're going to get a load of challenges, put them up, people will go through those challenges, and hopefully we'll have some prizes at the end from some people as well. Brings up a good point. We are sticking with the idea of no sponsors for the main conference stream. We may consider asking for sponsorship for prizes, but if that happens, what we'll do is the sponsors will send the prizes directly to the winners, and we'll stay out of the whole situation essentially.
We will do merch for summer.
Yeah.
2020. I'll get to that. Hoping that you'll be able to order it and receive it before the conference starts, unlike
last time. Bingo.
Bingo is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to bingo. We're going to have a few questions in there, which will be easy.
Cyber events.
Cyber events.
Yeah, we'll have some easy questions and some harder ones. So we'll base some of the bingo questions on the talks and the people doing those talks and what we know about them. And some other random things, and we'll have some prizes with bingo as well. So we'll have a little bit more to do during the breaks between talks as well.
Although I think like Papa's went down, like fur babies went down well last year. We'll do fur babies again.
Yeah, definitely.
We may see if Ian can tell the difference between a wallaby and a kangaroo and a pelican and a bin chicken.
So story behind that is we were driving down the highway today and we saw something dead on the edge of the road. It wasn't great. But I'm like, is that a wallaby or a wombat? And
No, you said, is that a wallaby or a kangaroo? It looks like a hairy pig.
Yes. So again, apparently I can't recognize Australian native animals, which is a bit of a problem.
Depends what your job is.
I know some zoologists we could get in for that game. That would be good.
Yeah.
My dad's a zoologist if we really need one, but I don't know if I'm willing to.
Yeah, we may need a trigger warning on that segment.
Yes.
Can you name this roadkill?
We're not doing it by
Identify.
roadkill.
I don't think.
No.
Not via roadkill.
Do you want to take? Is
Questions.
that everything?
Yeah,
I think that's everything.
Let's do the Twitter questions first. Right?
Okay, we will
Because
do.
they're first submitted.
We will go through. I will go through.
I have them here.
Oh, you have them there. Okay, sorry. my
You
apologies.
asked yourself what the secret of such a luscious beard was.
I have no idea why you would say that's me.
Yeah,
Doesn't look like
some guy called ICD.
He's real active in the chats. Like,
Yeah.
real active on that Discord.
That's Sylvia.
That's
So what is the secret to a luscious beard?
The secret to a luscious beard is just be lazy and let it grow out.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much that's it. Like, I've been growing this since last year now.
Not
Something
sure
like
that's a
that.
Longer
secret.
than that.
It's my secret. It's the way you do it in
I
my
think your secret is good genetics.
good genetics. Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, I've just seen one from Ben. Ben, I'm not answering that question.
Oh, I'm here for that question, Ben, and I have some very good answers for that as a non-cyber professional.
Okay. Next question.
What do you miss most about conferences, and what do you miss the least? Shanna?
I miss the most is definitely the networking and hanging out with people.
Mm.
What do I miss the least? The fact that they start them at 9 a.m.
The early mornings.
Yeah.
Isn't that one of the reasons why we said
Yeah.
ours to start at 12?
Exactly. So, I never get the 9 a.m. start, especially on the second day.
I mean, officially we chose 12 so that Western Australia could join, but unofficially
Yes.
it's because
Yes.
we're lazy.
Yes. I think it was a very good time to start.
What do I miss about conferences? I miss catching up with people. Like I generally
miss
go
the
to.
hallway chats.
I miss the hallway chats. Like I generally, I'll be honest, I don't go to the talks very often. I just go and talk to other people. But it's fun because like you go to a big conference like a B-Sides or something, and then everyone who you know from across the country is in the same place.
Yeah.
And so you can catch up with everyone all at once, and then. In my case, as a horrible person, you can say, I'll catch up with you later and then forget to do so.
We still haven't caught up with the people that you said we were going to have
Yeah,
dinner
I
with
know.
last B-Sides.
I'm sorry if you're watching.
Send a
COVID
message.
got in the
How
way.
bad? Send a
Yeah.
message. What would your message be to students and or junior security professionals who may be afraid or hesitant to submit a talk to ComfyCon or conferences in general? I'd love to see more of that demographic giving this a go.
So that's from Dash. My message would be just submit something and we'll probably approve it. I think we've actually got a box on the form that says if you were a new speaker, please just tick this box.
Yeah.
And it probably will fit within our criteria for review, although we haven't really got an official criteria for review.
We're working on that.
We're working on
There
that.
will be something.
Yeah.
But
Let us know in the comments when you're putting in your submission. Let us know if you want some coaching, if you want some mentoring through it, because we'd be more than happy to coach you, mentor you, provide feedback. Even if you don't really know if your topic is interesting, submit it and we can give you feedback and suggest, if you've got an area of expertise, we can maybe suggest.
It's not like an
something.
exam or something. We're not going to be like, the only chance to talk to us is going to be through your submission. Like if you have an idea, come talk to one of the three of us and be like, hey, I've got this idea. And we'll be like, yeah, that's a really good idea. Please submit it.
Yeah, definitely.
We will.
Top tip, if it's cyber, don't ask me
Don't
about
ask Andrea. Yeah.
I'm not, nope, not for me.
She'll probably just come to me and say, hey, what does this sound like?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I encourage everyone to submit talks because when you like talking in general, when you get further into the cyber field, you have to start talking with managers, you have to start giving presentations. It's not just the technical stuff. And so being able to communicate effectively is probably one of the most important skills you can have. Because
But I think even if you because we don't know how many submissions we're going to get, etc. Just the experience of submitting for a talk is a good experience. It's the same thing as applying for jobs and going to interviews and things like that. It's good to get that first one out of the way, like rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
And then you learn things from it.
I would say while we're on the topic of submissions, one pro tip for submissions, if you submit something that's already been seen at another talk, that will probably count against you, just being honest. We want to see nice and new and original things. That said, nice, new and original doesn't mean it has to be peer-reviewed research or something. It could just be some idea you've had that actually is relevant to everyone else in the industry.
Yeah, it's kind of, if it's on YouTube already, probably won't qualify for what we're looking for.
Yeah.
But case by case basis.
Yeah.
What does success look like for ComfyCon AU?
Who said that? Oh, of course he did. Thanks,
Our
Kirk.
most active Twitter
Yes,
questioner.
thank you very much to one of our moderators, Kirk, who has been very helpful. And I'm sure he's volunteering himself to do something at this point. What does success look? I don't know. What does success look like?
No one hurting themselves?
I think
In
success.
ComfyCon?
Yeah.
I think success looks like
easy.
You don't pick it easy. Now I know how you work.
Smart goals.
Smart goals.
You know, the
Specific, measurable, attainable,
Yeah.
timely.
Yeah. I don't remember what the R is, but yes.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Something. I think one of the big things with ComfyCon is we are all about accessibility of information and talks for people who maybe necessarily don't live in an area where they can make it to conferences, or they're not able to make it to conferences for their own personal reasons. And I think success for us is creating that community and that support, particularly in a world where a lot of us work virtually, where you don't necessarily have that like office banter that you may have had previously, and just general hallway talks in an office. So creating that community for people is the big kind of success for us.
Yeah, so I know I told this story to the moderators and some of the speakers beforehand, but like we got a message towards the end of ComfyCon in April, which was, thanks very much for, I won't mention their name, but thanks very much for running the conference. It's great that you had something that people who normally can't go to conferences could attend and be a part of. And like there's a number of factors to that, like you could be physically unable to attend a conference because location, or you could be ill, or that sort of thing. Or like conferences are really stressful. Like
They're
I get
expensive.
really stress
expensive.
going to conference.
So expensive. Like by the time you buy tickets and then you spend all like hotels and food.
Yeah.
And, my goodness.
Yeah.
Not everyone has a conference budget.
No. So making that really accessible to everyone, and like making it so anyone can like for us, the important thing is sharing the ideas, not anything else. Like making sure that people can share their ideas really easily. And having a conference online is really easy to do that. So that's the main thing.
The other half of that question is 6 conferences and a movie ? Do you want us to name 6 conferences, or do you think after 6 conferences we should produce a movie on it?
Aren't we producing a movie by virtue of having it online in the first place?
I don't know.
The ComfyCon AU documentary.
Well, we were
making
from potato to fry.
We could do vlogging and then do a vlog season about us making a conference and all the twists and turns, and like
I'm not editing.
Zoom isn't working. Oh my god!
I'm not editing that. What are your self-care routines, and has that changed in the past months?
I'm assuming that's for COVID. My self-care routines are my horses and my dogs. Really, they're the ones that keep me sane and active and together. It hasn't changed that much. Luckily, I was able to ride my horses all throughout COVID because we're in a pretty secluded place anyway, and we were all allowed to still go there. So not really. I've worked from home for about 10 years, so loving it. This is, it's been actually a really happy time for me. I've not traveled since last December, which is bizarre because before that I was traveling every couple of weeks. So it's actually been quite nice to just sit down and relax and actually have a self-care program.
Is your suitcase unpacked and everything?
It is unpacked.
Oh my god. It is
actually unpacked and in the cupboard.
My suitcase from our trip is still not unpacked, I don't think.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Well, you did move, so that's fair.
Surely
that's fair. You have moved house.
I was unpacked the week we got back.
Yeah, it took me like 3 weeks, but I was also busy.
What's your self-care routine?
What's my self-care routine?
I live with you and I don't know what your self-care is.
Playing video games.
Okay, fair.
Playing video games and
it's gonna be a dog soon.
Running a conference.
Yeah.
For me, like, sounds a bit, I don't know, weird or whatever. Like ComfyCon and like that sort of thing is kind of my thing. Like making sure everyone else is okay. Like I like when my friends are happy and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, being able to run this and chat and join in is kind of my thing. Yeah. What about you?
I just watch Netflix and YouTube. Just excessive binge watching.
What about roller skating? And rollerblading?
Oh, she hasn't done the roller skating.
I'm really worried about my tailbone.
Well, the first time you did it, you fell over.
Yes, many times.
Yes. We'll do it again.
And then we moved house.
We'll do it again. Like, there's plenty of parks and stuff.
We need to go to a basketball court, I think.
Yeah, there's basketball courts.
The car park with all the like joins in the concrete was not a good thing.
No, it wasn't.
It was not a good thing. Yeah, I don't think any of our routines have really changed that much in the past few months. I just don't have.
We just don't go out. Well, like for us, it was annoying that you go shopping and then there's so many people that you don't want to go shopping.
Yeah, I just get delivery still. I'm the delivery girl.
But like, we like the idea of going around to a shop and then seeing everything in the shop and all that kind of stuff. And then you go to like, what was it we went to? Like Spotlight, and Spotlight's completely packed with people, which is, you know.
But there's a Spotlight opening in Canberra. Top news, not related to ComfyCon. I'm so ready for it. what do you sacrifice when making the time to establish a conference? Is it worth it?
Sleeping, yes.
Oh, excuse me. It's allergies, guys, I promise.
Sleeping.
Yeah, sleep, and yes, it's worth it.
I don't think I made that much of a sacrifice.
No, I don't think we did either. Like, really, everyone was like, "Wow, this is so professionally done."
Honestly,
Probably about 5 hours work in that in the last 2 weeks.
No, I think it was more. I think it was more than that. But I think
No,
we learnt from other conferences,
Yes.
and then we kind of just emulated them and had an easier job because we weren't doing it in a physical location with physical people.
I think the physical location and the fact that we didn't handle any merch or we didn't have printing, we didn't have t-shirts to give out, we didn't have tickets badges or vendors or sponsors apart from our singular sponsor. A lot of that is where the headache of event organizing really comes in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was mostly purely kind of, these are the paper submissions, like this is how
setting
we're
the
doing
spreadsheet, the run.
Yeah, we had
in
one
the
spreadsheet.
I mean, there was a bit of work getting the timings right, sorting everybody out.
But everyone was sort of really good because when we said, like, you can have it whenever you want and you don't have to go anywhere to do it, it just became so much easier from there. I think the most stressful piece of it was just the days itself. I don't know if you guys saw, but like, I think we looked really exhausted at the end.
It was all the times that you forgot to press mute.
Oh, that's the reason why. Not that I just can't use technology.
Yeah, it was just tiring.
It was very tiring. Yeah.
Behind the scenes, it was just us, which it won't be the next ComfyCon, which will be really nice. So we were doing the emceeing and then all the coordination in the background as well. So making sure speakers were ready and on time and that they were in the other room, to practice, we could hear, then that they were in the actual webinar.
Alan says also we had no CFP review, we just accepted anyone. I mean, that's kind of true.
No, yes and no. We didn't accept everyone. There was a review process because we don't want to say there was no review process for the people.
Yeah, okay. So admittedly, there was two papers
process
that weren't accepted for reasons that will not be divulged. We did review everything basically, and we thought like everything was cool. And I think that's shown from nobody said that any particular talk didn't fit in, or they said that no talk was particularly relevant. We had this good breadth and variety of different things.
Yeah, I think that was probably the best part of ComfyCon for me, was the range and collection of speakers that actually submitted. We had first-time speakers, and then we had speakers that very experienced.
Names you recognized with names you don't recognize, kind of thing. And they all sort of blended together nicely. Yeah,
it was a really amazing experience, actually, just running the CFP and just almost organically turning it into an amazing mix of talks. So it wasn't too stressful. Just
I think the only stressful thing was we didn't know if we'd have enough talks.
Yeah.
Because we didn't put a date. We didn't put a date on the closing of it, and then we kind of had to put a date because we have no slots left.
Yeah.
Because we had a whole day. Because ComfyCon was only supposed to be a day.
Yeah.
It was going to be it was going to be the Saturday of that weekend, and we weren't going to do anything else. And then it became 2 days, and then it's like, are we going to extend it to a third day? And I think we at the beginning sort of went no.
I don't think we could have lasted 3 days.
I don't think we could have done 3 days.
Yeah, after the second day, it was really tiring just being on constantly for that long.
Well, particularly because you also ran
a
fireside chat and another panel as well.
Yeah.
So not just hosting, but there's also that active involvement in
actually doing it, which I'm probably not going to do this next
time. We'll find something else. Kirk, that's what you're volunteering for.
Yeah.
What snacks and drinks are we having this evening? Which also leads into let's discuss gin.
Yeah, so I think we were discussing at the time that we had there's a Scotcherati.
Oh yes.
And there's a gin drinking. So Scotcherati are the ones who drink Scotch, and then there's the group of us that drink gin, which
what
is
about
me,
the fun
Shanna.
People like me who drink tequila?
I'm in. Can I be in?
You're in all of them.
I don't drink Scotch. I drink tequila and gin. Varying times of the evening.
Yeah.
We're not drinking tonight because
we have to drive back to
home.
insert major city here. So unfortunately, we're not drinking tonight. But feel free to drink yourselves.
And we're not really snacking.
We're not snacking. We had Red Rooster. Other restaurants were available. We had that for lunch. That was not too bad, actually. Look, you know,
like it's a bit different to a Big Mac.
it was very different.
Yeah. So I think that's all on Twitter, right? All the questions.
I'm not very.
Which team am I in? I'm in the gin section. I can't drink scotch.
No, me either. It really just.
Yeah.
I smell it and I want to vomit.
Yeah.
It's
So
just,
brown
I
alcohol,
can't get over
Scotch
that stench.
bourbon,
Yeah, me too.
brown
Oh.
rum, all that kind of stuff. I can't drink it.
No, white rum, yes.
White rum, yes.
Oh, and spice rum and ginger beer. Anyway, I'm trying
I'm
not
not
to drink
that fussed.
for another day. So
where is the dog civilized? Which dog? What dog are you talking about? I
The
don't know.
doggos that were jumping all over
no, I
us
think
before.
your dog hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah,
He is somewhere over the Atlantic.
He might be landing
Tasman?
soon.
he'll be landing in 15 minutes.
Oh, he might be landed by now, actually. Let's
He
track
might
that
be
flight.
landed.
I had the flight.
So yeah,
tracker
for
up.
context, we're in Sydney because we're getting a dog. So
What is it?
probably should have opened with that one actually.
Nah.
That's why we're all together.
That's why we're all together, because we're in the same location.
All right.
Yeah, the
where's-
baby dog.
The baby dog, for fuck's sake. I'm sorry. That's the only reason I watch it.
Wow. Well, you're going to be disappointed.
Thanks, Civilized, you're fired.
So Civilized is running the entirety of the CTF. So any complaints you have
Yeah.
about the CTF.
Oh no, Doc Shanna, exactly. I think everyone knows where I live anyway.
He's 10 minutes from landing, apparently.
Okay.
Estimated arrival time
4:35.
4:35.
Silvio can drink everything, by the way. It's good to know, Silvio.
I want to ask the question, what's your favorite Silvio dad joke? Does anybody have one that sticks out, or they're all just terrible and we can't remember?
No, I'd have to go back because there were a few actually during ComfyCon that I actually kind of snorted laughed out loud at. Like they were just golden, and I just
I
I
love a
don't
good
remember
dad
what they
joke.
are, but they were. There's a few.
He says
gold
all
ones
my
in there.
jokes are amazing. Unfortunately, Silvio will not be joining us this time because
Oh,
he's prior engagements.
I don't know. I think he could still do a quick talk from mystery
You
location.
want to tell
Pretty sure
Silvio
He's
and
listening now.
yeah, but like, you want to piss off Kylie?
They could do it together.
Are they going to be on
They could have a
holidays?
workshop.
Yeah,
Oh, wedding.
Yeah, wedding.
Ah. Yeah, what do you mean? That's not an excuse. You can totally be hosting ComfyCon at the wedding.
Look, we did. What did we joke about the other day? Live streaming a wedding for ComfyCon?
Yeah, no, live streaming an engagement with company.
There we go. We could have like a
No,
The views.
like a switch to the wedding. You know?
we'll be in the Qantas Lounge
Hand
waiting for it to not collapse. Yeah, that's fair. Was there any more questions?
Not on Twitter.
Not on Twitter.
Unless I missed them, and I'm so sorry if I did. I don't understand.
I don't think there was.
subtweets.
I don't think there was. How is Shanna's garden doing?
It is going really well. Very, very well. My stone fruits are blossoming right now. They're very pretty. We are constantly getting lots of rocket. And do you want to see my mushrooms?
Oh, you're growing mushrooms in your cupboard, are you?
Sylvia says, which stone fruits?
Sorry?
Which stone fruits?
White nectarine, yellow nectarine, white peach, yellow peach.
Ooh, that's a nice mix.
Oh, look at the mushrooms.
Let me see them. There's a bit of a delay, so I don't know.
They will be showing.
There we go. That's my mushrooms.
No apricots or plums with your stone fruits?
No apricots or plums. I've got 3 different types of apple
Ooh.
and 2 different types of orange.
I'm weirdly fussy with apples. I only eat Fuji apples.
Is there mushroom on the schedule for summer edition so far? Hi, Caitlin. That's terrible.
Boom tish. That wasn't Silvio.
It wasn't Silvio.
That's
No, I think
surprising.
Silvio
This is
has
why
a
the
new
Silvio
competitor.
dad jokes are so popular, because everybody's on that level.
Everyone, yeah, I
Mhm.
think that's. Hi, you're welcome. Thank you, Caitlin.
What
Cool.
other questions have we got?
I think that's the only questions we have thus far. Please feel free to throw in other questions.
Is our communication that good that nobody has any questions?
I think it's just there's not many people watching, to be honest, which is fine.
Yeah.
The shade.
The shade, like we're not
The
important.
shade.
There's 13 people watching right now.
That's okay. Is it just everybody
13?
that's
Yeah,
You
arguing
are
in the
pretty
chat?
slick, TBH.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need to do anything else then. We're done.
Yeah, we'll pass the mantle on to somebody else.
Yeah, somebody else can run the con.
So,
Finally, someone on the stream is a fun guy. It is Friday Arvo. Yeah, it's Friday afternoon. You should all be drinking.
Stop being
Sorry.
like
I'm not encouraging drinking.
Yeah, that was the problem when I started talking about spiced rum, and then you go, no, this is not good. No, don't.
We're not allowed to.
Quarantine me has drunk a lot of wine.
Yeah, me too.
Like a lot of wine.
Yes. Yeah.
And not like it's just like, oh, I'll have a glass, and then it's like, oh, well, the bottle's open. It has white wine, so it's not going to last very well.
Are you
So I'll have
working
2
hard doing the
glasses.
wrong kind of compliance?
There is no wrong compliance. All compliance is golden.
Game servers, are they going to be
yeah.
back? Maybe, probably.
We'll open up somebody's Animal Crossing
We'll
island.
probably do a survey beforehand to choose which ones to open up. Rocket League. What's the word I'm looking for? Competition. I'll get somebody else. Maybe if Benzies wants to run a Rocket League competition, he is more than. Oh,
We're
Destiny
not-
2 raid.
We're not running.
I would, yeah, I'd do a Destiny 2 raid, but unfortunately, yeah, that becomes a problem of like we can't be organizing this stuff again. But yeah, Destiny 2 raid would be fun.
Yeah.
Was that Civilized?
And that was Hoodie Pony
Hoodie,
and
yeah.
Civilized.
We're
Yeah,
not
and
having
Brian
a
will be in on
disco,
that one too.
Sylvia.
Disco evening
No.
with Dance Dance Revolution.
No, we're
Dance
not bringing
off.
the 70s back.
Animal Crossing Fight Club.
Ooh, how do you do that?
I don't know, but
Maybe in one of the ComfyCon locations we could do some kind of dance, interlude.
delegation. You need a game maker to grip all that up.
Oh,
Yes.
that sounds like a volunteer.
Actually, that's one thing we didn't talk
game
about.
maker.
There is also a Google form for volunteers. Please volunteer. Please. Yeah, and you can come join us and help with everything and help make the event such a success. That would be awesome.
It's not a lot of work.
It's
really.
not a huge amount of work. It's literally just a lot of work because it was just 3 of us doing it before. Volunteering is not mandatory unless required. The term you're looking for is voluntold. Volunteers are there for a number of things. I think I've put up volunteers for speaker wrangling, i.e. talking to speakers and making sure they're in the right place and their equipment works. Moderation on the Discord chat. MC, if anybody wants to MC or run panels. And then, yeah, there's an other category, which is like, I don't really know what I want to do, but I want to help.
Or if you think of a role that we haven't mentioned that you would like to do. So if you're like, hey, I'm really into X gaming or something, like,
Yeah.
let us know and we can see if it's something that can be kind of worked.
MC hacks a lot. No. Sylvia should MC. He has fancy equipment. Sylvia, you bought the podcaster. What are you doing? You should have just bought the Go XLR.
He's got a soundboard now.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. I saw the soundboard.
He's going to be at Mooseheads next weekend, like DJ.
I've heard who. Well, let's not talk about Mooseheads. Chief Clown Officer, video editing. Yes, video editing would be something that would be released as well
please,
because
someone that's not me.
somebody would like.
Crashed my computer last time so many times because it's just a like chunk of footage. It's not like neat talks. It's the whole.
Yeah, YouTube saves it as 8 hours of footage, and even though it's only 720p, it was.
Are we doing if we're using a different hosting service or a different streaming service next time? It might be bigger.
Yeah, so the plan is we're using
StreamYard.
StreamYard, so theoretically it might be bigger. Yeah.
So we'll have better quality.
So we're hoping we'll have better quality.
Which will have better quality than what you're seeing right now, because I just looked at it and I was like, wow, we look like trash.
Yeah, it wasn't a great quality.
It's called it's a filter.
Yeah,
it's a blurry filter.
Yeah.
Hype music.
Hype music, no.
I know. I think Bex mentioned last time what would be cool if we, if there was any local bands or something, or people in bands that wanted to highlight some of their music, we'd be keen to, if you've got music that you want to share as an interlude or something like that, we'd be keen for
as long as you
sharing that
content ID and strike our videos.
Yeah, exactly. That's all. We just have to
well,
be
if
really
it's
careful.
playing in the break and then
copyright.
we don't like.
Yeah, but it strikes the whole video.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if the video is cut, then it's not gonna.
Just cut it out.
Anyway, that's a few. But yes, if there's anybody who likes to dabble in video editing, or even just wants to listen to the 8 hours of footage and find the timestamps of where the actual video is, and it's not just
Or listen to
I
a video
forgot
and
to
see if
turn
they
mute
said the word fuck.
what?
Or listen to a video and see if they say the word fuck. That
Yes,
was
I
one of the
did have to
requirements
swear
last time.
test one of the videos. I did play it on double speed. It was like listening to an Alvin and the Chipmunks. Except-
Civilized. Am I allowed to talk about your idea for kids? Just feel free to say yes or no in the
You
chat.
gotta wait for the delay.
I gotta wait for the
It's
delay.
like a 15-second delay.
No swears. Yeah, somebody asked for their video to have no swears because
It was being shown to another audience that
yes,
swearing was not
appropriate. So we just checked to make sure there was no swearing.
just did a little double checky. I don't know. I didn't have a plan of what to do if we found one, but we just needed to double check.
Not yet. Okay, that's fair.
Oh yeah, we could be like Firefly, where they don't actually swear; they just have like other words.
What's the words in Firefly?
Oh,
I can't remember what the words
Like
are.
Goran.
Oh, Goran.
Not a Goran
Yeah.
care in the world.
Okay.
And in Battlestar Galactica,
Frack. Yeah.
We could have our own like swear list of words.
Sylvia.
yeah, the ComfyCon swear whatsoever.
Sylvia.
Get farted.
Okay, so Dan tells me StreamYard is 720 but better bitrate, so it will look better, but it will just be 720. So
That's fine.
we'll
You can investigate.
TBD on that.
we'll
one.
work on it. Like worst case scenario, we'll just run it through OBS or something, and then
Yeah.
upload it. It'll be fine. Yeah. So if there are no other questions, then
Has our
it's
baby
4:30.
landed yet?
No.
Has our baby landed yet? He's here. He survived.
Okay.
Your flight has landed. I'm a stressy flyer, so even when I fly other things, I'm stressed for them.
So yeah, I think we've basically covered everything. So just to end, 28th and 29th of November, 12 lunchtime to 8 p.m. at night. So that gives 8 hours gap for talks and stuff. Same dinner break as last time. Conference, workshops, CTF. Volunteers, please. No sponsors again, but sponsors for prizes. So no sponsors for the conference, but sponsors for the prizes. Yeah, I think that covers basically everything.
Still same as last time.
And good prizes, right? Like
Yeah, like good
nobody
prizes.
wants a water bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same as previously with like not having lots of branding all over talks.
Yeah. So we want to stay as independent as possible. Yeah.
Like don't like yes, attribution of ideas and things, but like it's not a talk that's just a sell.
No. Yeah, so please submit papers. Please come along to it when it's hosted. We'll do another mailing list of some kind. The website I know is not set up properly. I'll get to it. Can we showcase products?
Are you selling them?
Is it open source? I guess is more the question. Like my example would be the Velociraptor talk is something along that nature is perfectly fine.
Well, as well, like the Raspberry Pi one was showcasing a product and like
Yeah, but it's a bit of hardware that you can.
how like
But it was an open source project,
Yeah,
right? It wasn't a
Yeah. We're not. You know, if you're coming to us with a
nothing that requires you to enter into a contract for an extended period of time to
or spend
use it.
hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yes.
Because we don't have that money, and I'm sure most of the people who watch don't have that money either.
Ooh, no, don't tell me.
Anything that's for personal use or could be used personally, open source or free for personal use, things like that are fine.
Yeah.
Basically, if you're unsure, ask us.
Yeah, ask us.
Just like send us a message. We're happy to MSSP contract with certain company. No, we can't. We're not going to showcase that product, are we, Shanna? See, I haven't even mentioned the name. Like,
But what does being a swear officer involve?
no, he's saying I swear officer.
Oh, I thought he was
Oh.
volunteering to be the swear officer.
Well, he's not going to be
Like he
there.
was gonna like go around and like ding 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 people if they swore too much.
I don't think so.
I'd
And
be,
that would
I'd
be me
like,
and you
ding dong.
at the conference.
There goes ComfyCon.
Like everyone.
Um,
This is where you see like how left and right brains work.
yeah. I'll be the swear officer and swear. Oh no, Caitlin would be good.
Oh Oh yeah.
Caitlin, you can now be the swear officer. Okay. Please, if you have any
It's
further
not mods
questions,
anymore. It's Dingling Patrol.
if you have any other questions, feel free to email us at ComfyConAU@gmail.com or just ask questions on the ComfyCon Discord. Link should be in the YouTube video
Or the Twitter.
or the Twitter, everywhere else. I think that's pretty much everything we had to say, and that was the only questions. So if there are any final, somewhat serious questions, please ask them or forever hold your peace. And then we will probably disappear.
Really?
Tag it on some trains. I like trains.
So glad we didn't go to the train museum.
We weren't going to go to the train museum.
It was close.
We're going to have a segment on flags as well.
Fun with flags. Okay. I don't see any more questions. Thanks for being lovely and go get dog now. Yes, okay. Thank you very much, guys.
He has to clear customs first.
He does.
It'll be a while.
Thank you very much, everyone.